Scorpio, hey, it's Jen here. I'm doing your reading for November. Thanks for joining me. Whoops. Okay, that one's coming out. Those and that one. You have a new moon, Scorpio. Happy birthday if your birthday is in November. Scorpio new moon on November 4th. And then on November 19th, we have the Taurus full moon, partial lunar eclipse. So this is a big month for you, I would say, especially with those moons, especially with the new moon. But that partial lunar eclipse, I think I feel like there's going to be a small thing eclipsed out of your life, yet a significant. It's reminding me, I hurt my Achilles tendon when I was in college, and the doctor, he was foreign. I can't remember where he was from, but he had this, to my ear, very distinguished accent, and he said, "It's a small tear, but not an insignificant tear." I don't know what that. So be careful of your Achilles tendon, I guess. But it just made me, just because something seems like a little thing doesn't mean it's insignificant. And some small changes can make a really big impact. Okay, that's, I think, the message. Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is, it's being in your head. It's trying to make a decision. You could be making pros and cons lists. It could be a little bit of analysis paralysis. Even if you look at this card, the swords are kind of stuck in this frozen. They're kind of frozen. They're kind of fixed. And we do have that Taurus full moon. So what's another, well, you guys are a fixed sign. So, but what is as fixed as water can be? What needs to be released that you've been sort of fixed or stuck on? Now, this would point to potentially, we'll see what the other cards, it being just something in your brain. You know what I mean? Like a mindset, an opinion, a stance you're taking, a perspective on something. And that may be what needs to let go. But let's see what else we have here. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, it's time. It's time. I mean, this is time to reap the harvest, reap the rewards, but it's also time, sometimes timing in how long do I give this relationship, or I give this how I'm handling and approaching something. How long do I feel unhappy or frustrated or about a situation before it's time to say, okay, I need to do something different. And so that could be what you're stuck on. How long do I wait? How long do I give this? Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles says, hey, you need to do what feeds your soul. You need to be present. You need to maybe get your mind off things, focus on channeling that creativity to something that really feeds your soul. Because, sometimes you think about things too much and you can't even, things are so tangled up, you get frustrated. But sometimes if you take your mind off it, you go do something else, you give it a rest, it all sort of falls into place. So if you can focus on those things that you really enjoy doing, that, time passes and you're not counting, you're not watching the clock. In fact, you're bummed when it's over, that those types of activities, and things may fall into place and make sense because you're not trying so hard to figure it out. The strength card is all about vulnerability. Excuse me. And I love this beautiful flower in this harsh desert climate, right? It's okay. Yeah, so it's like this prickly outside, but there's beauty and softness inside. There's creativity inside. So I don't know if you or someone you're dealing with puts on a hard shell, but there's really softness in on the inside. But how long can you deal with that prickly shell all the time? I mean, is it endearing or is it exhausting? Um, does this flower come out every day or just a few times a year? But the rest of the time, you're dealing with that prickly, hard, fixed outer shell. And what is that like to be or to deal with? That's a little bit harsher interpretation than I usually give with the strength card, but that's what's coming. I'm really going off the imagery in this card. But the opening up, the making yourself vulnerable, um, seems like, yeah, would be beneficial. Two of Wands. Look at that, mirroring twos on either side of this. So trying to make a decision. Two of Swords is about being up in your head about it, and the Two of Wands is let's look at it in some you where are you channeling your energy and where is it benefiting for you or not? Where do you feel exhausted? I mean, the Eight of Wands. I'm sorry. The Eight of Pentacles. This doesn't drain your energy. This thing that you love to do, this creative outlet, this thing that I'm sorry, that feeds your soul. But there may be other things in your life, maybe this hard shell situation that may be exhausting. Um, and so that may be something you factor into this decision is where do I really want to spend my time and energy right now at this point in my life? What makes sense? And helping that inform your decision, I would say. Okay, I'm going to pull some more cards here for you, Scorpio. I'm almost seeing too, like something is coming to fruition. The timing is finally right in some cases for you. Because the Seven of Pentacles is being patient. It's tending and cultivating. And then it's like the Strength card is that flower that finally blooms after all this time. Something's blooming in your life. Something's flourishing. That one? No, that's like 5. Come on. Okay. 6 of Swords, moving on, letting go, moving from this Two of Swords, this sort of stressful anxiety producing or just being up in your head trying to figure things out, moving towards calmer waters. Not being in situations that drain your energy or not focusing on things and expending mental, physical, whatever emotional energy um, on things that it's futile. Like you can't change other people. worrying about things from the past. I don't know. And just being mindful of things like that, and cultivating a more positive outlook in your brain. Page of Cups. This is an offer of love, a message of love, um, a message that elicits a positive response. It could be communication with children. I see this as putting your heart out there. Again, the vulnerability with the strength card. Being honest, cracking through that prickly shell and really um, communicating with openness. Not that I don't know why honesty doesn't say sound. Not that someone's being dishonest, but really getting to the root of how you feel. So sorry. Four of Wands. Well, someone could be asking someone to marry them. This is a celebration. You could be hearing about someone getting engaged. Four of Wands is all those things we celebrate, milestones along the way, whether it's getting in somewhere, getting into school, graduating from school, getting that job, getting a raise, babies, moving in together, marriage, whatever, whatever milestones, sorry, you think are important. You may hear about one of those things. It could be getting together with people that have the same hobbies or ideas as you. With the Eight of Pentacles right over it, because this can be a celebration or a gathering. There could be news of a child coming into your family or your sphere of influence, your circle of that you navigate in. Navigate. Magician, making things happen, manifesting, putting yourself out there, cultivating the life you want. The Magician says you have everything you need. Like, you're born basically with everything you need to manifest the life you want. But it's figuring out what we want, and then kind of the ingredients, how to make that really manifest in the world. So I see coming in with that Six of Swords and Two of Swords, some indecision, some knowing you want to move in a different direction, but maybe not sure exactly where or how to proceed. Having to be really honest and open about what you want, whether it's just with yourself or with someone else, or maybe someone else is opening up to you. And then being able to make the decision and move forward by the end of November, because we're in the analysis paralysis. And then, no, let's take action. I know which way I want to funnel my energy, and it feels vulnerable to you for some reason, though. Expressing you have wants or needs. It's a little bit of pride. So someone may be swallowing their pride. But I think if it's someone, opening up to you, I think that is a fear of the person, and they're not being that way at all. But it's a perception that needs to be released, because opening up that way is beautiful and human and real. Yeah, so there could be a real heart to heart, things coming to the surface that need to come to the surface, a and a letting your guard down, or someone letting their guard down and opening up. But I feel like it's kind of this whole series, this whole internal thing with someone where once they let their guard down and open up and communicate, that guard was not only they thought was protecting them from the outside, but it was holding them back. And once the guard is down, they can move forward. I mean, the Six of Swords, this magician, they can, it's like they've been holding themselves back the whole time, but they thought it was external. Oh, okay. All right, Scorpio, I like that. I hope you have a wonderful November. This is pretty wonderful and powerful. Um, I see you going into the holiday season, into the new year, once sort of this breaks, this, yeah, it's almost like the ice breaking. Yeah, icebreaker, ice breaking, that hard shell again. Things just really start to flow and free up and feel so much better. Yeah, okay, Scorpio. Take care.